Hello there, Aries. My name's Frankie, and I'm coming to you from spirits-healing-readings.com. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, medium, and an empath. I've been doing readings for 27 years now, and I had a couple announcements, or one announcement. My husband has a new website. It's megatoysplace.com. So go over there and get all of your Christmas toys. It'll make him very happy. And what I've done here, this reading's for Aries for the month of December. I hope I'm in the right month of 2016. I've pulled 4 cards for us for the month, and I'm going to use the bottom card for overall view of the month, and we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully clarify everything. I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week. I don't think that's the way it's going to work for me. So I feature they're going to blend in and out throughout the month. And I would advise you to look at your moon sign and your rising sign also, if you know it, because that'll give you a larger, clearer perspective of the month. And I'm not an astrologer, and so I've looked this up for you. The astrology for the month is going to be mostly in your ninth house, and that is religious, philosophical things. I thought it said something. I was in-laws and grandchildren was at the end when I was reading, and it's plans for your future and journeys, distant interest, I think foreign affairs also, and intellectual pursuits. I got a few words for us before the reading, and they're creativity, peace, and understanding. This looks like it's going to be a pretty interesting month is what I'm thinking. And because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern, so I will speak as if I'm you. So all of us that are Aries out there are now named Frankie, and our overall card for the month is the Fool card. These, for all of you that asked me, this is the Morgan Greer Tarot deck, and this is the first deck of cards I ever bought for myself. Believe me, I got cards everywhere, but I never bought them for myself. I just like these because they have pretty colors on them. And this Fool card, to me, means that this month, Aries, we are beating to a different drummer. When this Fool card comes up for the overall perspective of the month, the only thing that I can think of is like, damn the torpedoes, guys, full speed ahead. So everything that we are perceiving that's going on around us for this month, we have a different perspective on it than everybody else does for whatever reason. We are listening to the sounds of our own drummer, listening to the beat of our own drummer. If it's a new journey for us, because we're all individual Aries, so this can be in a different area of life for each and every one of us. Some of us, this might be our career, some this might be love relationships, personal relationships, creativity, business affairs. If we're an entrepreneur, each one of us will have a different place where these words and these situations, or our perception of the situation, is going to be different from everyone else. I hear people say all the time this means a new journey, or a new path forward, which it actually can mean. But with this card, it's telling me that I'm going internally and I see something different than everyone else perceives. So I think that's going to be important to us because we had that word creativity and understanding were in there, peace, right? So with those words in there, it really shows me each one of us is going internally, so these are really good cards, but we have the Fool card beating to a different drummer, and we have two other cards that are calling us for that internal thing. But they're telling us it's a good time, the best thing we can do is like go along with the changes that are happening in our lives, because that's going to make things better or make things bigger or make things more stable is the word I keep hearing, stability. So we want to stay really calm during these changes, because a lot of them, I believe, because we're perceiving them differently, right, are in order for us to get a clear education or a clear perspective. We have the cards in here that are going to allow us to also kind of see the different viewpoints or different perspectives that others are coming at us with. So our first card here for the month is the Ace of Cups, and that's an excellent card. It's a new beginning. It can be a new beginning in a love relationship. It can be a new beginning in a personal relationship of any kind, like one-on-one, or a new beginning or a fresh start. And remember, we're perceiving things differently than everyone that's around us right now. But this is a fresh beginning, a fresh start. It can be emotional start with, let's say, like, it could be, if this was our marriage partner, it might be a fresh emotional start with the marriage partner. If this was our creativity, it may mean a new enterprise that we're going into or entering. And sometimes when I see this Ace of Cups, it may take us some type of physical education in order to do it. So if we're thinking this ninth house stuff with philosophical religious interest, it could be if we got what we wanted, we have the fresh start, maybe we're going to get married, or maybe we're going to renew a marriage, or maybe we have to fit in somehow with this Fool card here, and we're perceiving things different, but maybe we got to educate ourselves about somebody else's philosophy or someone else's religious philosophy or the perspective that they're coming from, so that we can understand the overall view of what's going on around us. And this Ace of Cups here, sorry, this Ace of Cups here, if it is business wise, that's like a fresh start and everything. So maybe we're going to get a promotion, or maybe because we went internal and we're listening to our own drummer in there, maybe we came up with some really fresh ideas too. But what they're saying is, it's almost like we're doing everything that we're doing like from our internal sounds or wisdom, or however you want to put it, because our next card here is the Four of Swords, and that's a card of rest. Like, we went through some kind of crazies, right? Maybe left over from last month, who knows? But, or something, maybe physical issues with our health, something like that. And this is the card that's saying we need some R&R. But it's still an internal card. This guy came off the battlefield, he's hung up all of his swords, right? And he's taken a little rest. So sometimes when we have this card in here, we really need that alone time to process, which would make sense with the Fool card, with the Fresh Start card, that or maybe we just want to go away. by ourselves and like retreat for a little bit and go inside. And sometimes we can do this physically also, like I'm out of here, I'm going on vacation or whatever, you know, however we decide. Or sometimes with this card we'll turn off all the phones and not answer and lock the door and we're just going inside. Everybody remember, we're all entitled to that um, time alone that it takes to get us back into the right perspective of the situations that are going on around us. Now, it looks as if, you know, we are sitting pretty, so we don't have to worry about that because we have the Nine of Pentacles here, and that's a card where we are stable. We've brought ourselves, so if we aren't at the beginning of the month, by the end of the month, we'll be financially secure. It's a pentacle card, so it's money. But it's a card of working, this is how it feels, working towards my money to get that sense of stability to move forward, okay? So we got this Ace of Cups card here, which is a new, fresh start. We have the Four Swords card here that's telling us we need to go internal, we need a rest, we need to hear our own, listen to our own drummer this month, and we're financially or in all manners, actually, with the Nine of Pentacles, they're saying in all manner, we are stable. We have a stable foundation in order to move forward from, but we want to go inside in order to find that momentum or that forward motion, whether this be a relationship or a job or career path, one-on-one relationships of all kinds, right? We really want to think, because the next card is the Moon card, and all of these cards are upright, but this Moon card shows me an internal element also. So my answers are not coming to me externally, they are coming to me internally. So when we have the Moon card, I'd want to say, and because we have fire energy, we're Aries. Let's not get aggressive, because we have a really good Ace of Cups, which is an emotional card here. So, and because we are Aries, we will change our minds on like spin of a dime. It'll be like, okay, Spirit saying internal, Aries, we got the Moon card here. Go within, evaluate, look the situations over from the sound of this different drummer here, right? Because we're Aries and we want full speed ahead. Damn the torpedoes, guys. I don't know what that is. Like maybe a World War I or II thing, you know. So maybe some of us are getting that fire really up there. So we don't want to do that. Being irritable or impatient or like too demanding. In between here, they're saying, come on, step back, go inside. Because when we have the Moon card and we can go inside, we will know what approach we are required to take to make the next step. So this lunar energy or this moon energy highlights a lot of things in our life, and sometimes because we are on this different path with this Fool card, the top priority is our joy, our stability, our stable base, right? So that we can move forward. If it takes a little rest, if it takes internal, do it, because this gives us heightened intuition, heightened psychic ability, which allows us to make forward motion or forward steps, because with this Nine of Pentacles here, we are in a stable place to do it. And if we're not right this minute, you know, not right at that second when the month opens up, we will be if we take these steps. And the whole deal is to bring ourselves that joy, that understanding, that peace, right? Because there is this particular thought sequence going on in our minds, so let's not get ourselves like flipping from one thing, like suddenly change our mind. We're going to evaluate with that internal perspective of what are the steps, and make sure that we don't undermine our own stability in the process of those steps. So no getting impatient, no shooting from the hip. That's what I always think. I must have Aries, a lot of it in my chart. Shoot from the hip or whatever. Let's not do that. Don't be kicking our feet, screaming, or being rebellious. They're saying internal, because we're seeing or perceiving things way differently than others are at this month, right? And we don't want to do anything that's going to screw up that stability and that fresh start, and the new beginning, and flying off the handle could do that for us, So, kind of like that peace and understanding says to me, it says go along with the changes. They're going to happen anyhow, so why upset our own apple cart? These changes are required and they're needed and they're important right now. Let's see what our angels have to say. It looks pretty exciting, but we have, like all those three internal cards, that Four of Swords, the Moon card, and the Fool card for the overall, you know. Maybe it is. This is funny. I mean, I always think, really? When I pull these angel cards, it says, and we have the Ace of Cups. So maybe this is going to be relationships, or, you know, it might be for just all about relationships. I don't feel that though, because this is a general reading, but our angel card is Cupid. Good gravy, Aries. Where are we going with this one, huh? Well, that could be pretty joyful. She's blowing bubbles, little hearts. Can I get the glare off of that for you? Let's see what this says. We sent great waves of love into your heart, mind, awakening your love for life itself. Your clear decision to accept and enjoy romance has triggered this reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate life in all of its glorious aspects. So I don't think all of us it's going to just be romantic, because it's a general reading, but they are saying in all of its glorious aspects, which is really pretty wonderful, because we're coming from, by the end of the month, we're coming from a place of stability with this Nine of Pentacles here, which is great. Well, let's see what else it says. It says, this card comes to you because the angels see your desire for romance. Instead of fixing the externals in your love life, they assist you internally. Now that makes sense with those three internal cards going on here. Now it makes sense. The angels say that romance springs from falling in love with life itself. When you let the angels awaken the love within you, you naturally attract and experience more romantic love in your relationships. The additional meanings are: surround yourself with romantic beauty such as roses and candles. And I believe we can do that for ourselves, Aries. Even if we're single, we can buy ourselves a rose, and we can light a candle and have our own dinner. And this is the Christmas holidays. Well, actually, I'm doing this before Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving too, and Merry Christmas, because it is going to be this month. So why can't we have our own little Christmas party too? Maybe even a fresh new start with the one relationships with us, with ourselves. Works for me. It says, give any emotional hurt to the angels and ask Archangel Michael to help you release any painful attachments to any previous or current lovers, and clearly decide what you desire in your love life, and affirm it's safe for me to love and be loved. And I believe that first and foremost, we should be loving ourselves with this full card here. We should be loving ourselves, because it's very difficult to adjust other relationships, even if they're in our career path, if we don't know who we are internally first. Well, Aries, I guess that's our message for December. And if you want to know more about me, you can go to the website. All the information's down here below. Or if you want to schedule an appointment with me, all of the information on how to do that is there on the website. And I want to say thank you to all of you that I've met through this little journey here in YouTube land. Through doing readings, and I really have enjoyed you all. It's been a wonderful experience, and to all the people I've met over all of these years, and thank you for all your subscribes and your likes and your shares and the comments. I really appreciate it, and all of you, I appreciate it. And I hope I see you here next month in January. So that will be 2017. I wonder if I'll remember the year. Oh well. Bye-bye, Aries.